These are the human faces of catastrophe. A distraught mother in Mariupol, her toddler hit by shelling. Doctors unable to save him.
Our brave doctors have been saving lives here now for 10 straight days. They live and sleep at our hospitals with their families.
Yesterday, Russian forces agreed to a ceasefire so civilians could evacuate. Hours later, the shelling began again.
It is impossible to count the dead. The airstrikes do not stop. There is no plan to liberate Mariupol. The city of Mariupol has ceased to exist.
The 400,000-strong city is the link between Russian-controlled Crimea and Donbass, the scene of heavy fighting. If it falls, Russia will be on the march towards full control of Ukraine's coastline. So-called Russian death squads now roaming the streets, targeting civilians, even the media.
British journalists! Whoa!
These UK Sky journalists under attack. President Zelensky once again unsuccessfully pleading for NATO to close Ukraine's skies.
Today, the leadership of the alliance gave the green light for the further bombing of Ukrainian cities and villages, having refused to set up a no-fly zone.
Prompting an ominous warning from President Putin to the West.
Any movement in this direction will be considered participation in an armed conflict.
Ukraine allies weighing up an impossible balance.
NATO is a defensive alliance. Our core task is to keep our 30 nations safe.
The only way to actually implement something like a no-fly zone is to shoot down Russian planes, and that could lead to a full-fledged war in Europe.
It would definitely help if it didn't lead to a nuclear conflict.
Leaving Ukraine on its own.
All the people who will die starting from today will die because of you, because of your weakness, because of your disunity.
Amid reports Russia may use chemical weapons, Ukrainians are still fighting back, claiming this vision shows a Russian helicopter dramatically shot down. As the conflict becomes ever more desperate, the stream of human misery out of Ukraine threatens to turn into a flood.
The second day of this bombing, they bombed my apartment, and 5 days after this, my parents. So that's why we decided to move, because... Sorry.
It's so unbelievably hard to watch that footage, but I think it is so incredibly important that it is there and that people know what is happening. And you see the attacks, you know, on everybody, including journalists, and you wonder how many stories are actually not making it out of that country. How many more stories are just going to go unheard, unseen, not understood, you know, because you need the people in there telling those stories. You need the comms lines, you need all of these things.
So true.